everybody. I know it's been a while. I think because it's been so long, I actually feel weird hopping back on here front-faced. It feels like this is my very first YouTube video. But if you're new here, hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Cal, I'm an artist, and I am on an adventure. I am on an adventure to start an art business called Saguko. And yeah, it's been an interesting journey, not crazy by any means, just I feel like it's been stop and go, more stop than I would like, but I think we're switching gears and I'm back on the go. So I just wanted to hop on here to give everyone who's been following my journey a quick update on where I plan on taking the shop. I'm just gonna come out and say it. Well, before I do, I wrote down some talking points on sticky paper, on post-it sticky notes that I made of my little character. And yeah, I got these printed from Vistaprint. And this is like the first time I've ever printed any kind of stationery other than stickers. And I'm actually pretty happy with how they turned out. So yeah, I'm like, why don't I, actually use my own product and try to like jot down points on what I'm going to talk about so I can stay organized. So I'm just going to get into it, hop right into it. I plan on opening my shop August, I had to look down because I had to look down at the note. I plan on opening my shop August 23rd, 2025. That is a Saturday. So what pushed me to open finally is I think I'm just slow to do things, and I don't think that's a bad thing, but I think sometimes you can be too slow. I think sometimes you can take your time for too long and miss opportunities. And I think most people will agree with this because I've heard it from other people. Really, there's never a right time to be ready for anything. You can still prep, like you can prep for a test, as best as you can. At the end of the day, you can't plan how the test is actually going to be written. You just have to kind of rely on the prep work that you did to prepare. I feel like I've been saying a lot of prep in that entire sentence. As the saying goes, you can plan a picnic, but you can't predict the weather. And I think I'm just so overwhelmed and so worried about the outcome. I've been worried about failing. I've been worried about just like, not having strong ideas. But I am kind of in this headspace now where it's kind of like, well, just try it, just try, sell something, not everything has to be perfect. And so I think starting is kind of getting me out of this perpetual state of trying to achieve some invisible standard of perfection that I've set for myself, based on what I've seen or what I would like you all to see. And it's just, it's to the point where it also gets annoying, okay, we get it, at least I'm annoyed with myself. Like, we get it, you're scared to open, you're scared to do this, okay, well, come back when you're not scared. Come back when you finally, believe in yourself. So that's like a little, like, tough love I have to give myself sometimes. And it also takes me back to when I was on Threads. I don't really use Threads that often. It's like, I was never even a big Twitter person. Well, I'm lying. When I was in high school, I was ruthless with Twitter. That's not a brag at all. Teenagers and Twitter do not mix. But I was on Threads and I wanted to try it out because I think Threads is nice for building a community. I'll give them that. But it's still just kind of not my thing. I don't know. I've just never been, as an adult, I've never really been good at like sharing my instant thoughts. I'll share my thoughts, but like not in every instant. You know what I mean? But I did post something because I did kind of want to like connect with other artists. And I believe the post was in the lines of artists who are starting their own business. Like, when did you feel that you were ready? And there was one post that stood out to me. They had said, what did they say? I kind of just like, I think the person, I don't have it in front of me unfortunately, but I think the gist of it was the person had signed themselves up for an artist's alley or a marketing event. and that was it. They're like, okay, I gotta get everything done by this date. And sometimes that's the perfect push that you need. Like, you need to set a deadline, you know, because without deadlines, it's easy to fall into the trap of like, oh, it'll eventually get done. So, okay, well, I'm like watching the time. It's already 5 minutes into this video. I really don't want to mumble and brumble. I really don't want to gnaw your eardrums for too long. I do have that tendency. So all you need to know is that I am opening my shop August 23rd, 2025. As far as the time goes, I haven't figured out a time yet, but I think that will come as I continue to build. So here's the thing though. I still don't have everything I need, but I have a little less than a month to kind of prepare. So I think I have enough merch or enough stickers to start out with. And I just told myself, you know, I don't have to come up with like every design all at once. I can release new designs, you know, either like on a monthly basis or every 2 weeks. I don't just have to stick with the same designs that I start out with. And so I think that's also what kind of spurred me. I was like, huh, I never thought about that. I felt like I needed to have like all my designs ready to share, when in actuality I can literally just introduce a new design whenever I feel like it, whether while the shop is opened. Another thing, oh, I feel like I'm getting off topic. What is, I feel like I've defeated the purpose of this thing. Setting a date, introducing merch, housekeeping. You know, we're gonna switch introducing merch and housekeeping. So housekeeping, there's still some things I need to prep for the shop, some logistic activities. For example, I still don't have a website. You know, in theory, the website is going to be pretty relatively easy to set up, but in practice, I am like, oh, but I want to do this, I want to do that. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. So, here we go. Okay, so I've been trying to jot down my notes on what I need. Like, I still need cardstock backing. I actually have this, so I can check this off. I need stamps. I actually need a P.O. box. I'm waiting to buy the P.O. box in August because I didn't want to pay extra money for a month that I wasn't using. Oh, I can check this off too. So I had purchased this storage for my smaller stickers, but there were some stickers that just could not fit in here at all. So I was like, man, I need more storage. So that's where this guy comes in, this clear acrylic container. Yeah, it holds all my stickers really well, especially since some are way bigger than actually, this actually isn't a bad size. This is pretty good size. The stickers that I'm talking about that turned out way bigger than I realized is like stickers like this. I think this is almost 4 inches. Which isn't bad. I prefer bigger over smaller because I had these little ladies printed, but they were way too small. And this was printed by, who was this printed by? Oh my gosh, Make Stickers. And this was printed by Jukebox. I thought I was going to continue using Jukebox, but I think I really like Make Stickers. And they're a little bit on the more affordable side, in my opinion. And this is actually way more saturated. This is more true to the colors that I anticipated versus this little lady. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with these guys. I might still sell them just for really cheap or include them as freebies. We'll see. But off topic. All right. So I have been trying to like write down a list of what I need, but here's like how I'm actually trying to plan the website. I wanted to have like a nice hero image, kind of organize the UI a little bit. And this kind of brings me back to when I thought I wanted to be a web designer, but I'm gonna end up using Shopify for this part. I'm like even trying to come up with what the header image could look like, along with, so one thing that I really need to figure out is product shots and campaigning. Oh my gosh, just talking about this, I'm already overwhelmed. So yeah, that kind of sums up the logistics, you know, building a website, creating inventories, like organizing my inventory. But I think Shopify actually has a built-in feature for that. What else? Taking product shots, marketing. That's gonna be fun. It was perfect timing too. It was a video that popped up on my feed on YouTube like 4 years ago that essentially said just posting about your work or posting about, you know, whatever it is that you're trying to sell isn't enough. You have to actually create a story. And I'm not very good at storytelling. But you know what's funny though? I feel like I've been kind of thrown back in time into my college days where I felt like I actually did have a pretty good grasp on storytelling when it came to branding. Like we had a class that was called branding, and it was actually a lot of fun just creating brand identities. So I'm trying to call back to like some of the talking points that I absorbed from those courses and apply them to my own business, but I don't know. I think the core memories are still kind of locked up. So yeah, that's kind of all that needs to be done, getting a PO box. Okay, so one thing that I do need to share though is I do not plan, or I most likely will not ship internationally yet. So if you are someone who has been following me and you live outside of the United States, first of all, thank you so much. If you've supported me and you actually enjoy my little TikToks and my little characters, thank you. But unfortunately, I just want to focus on shipping domestically because international shipping can get a little complicated sometimes. There's some countries that you can't even ship to. Just, what's I'm looking for? A piece of the puzzle that I haven't quite figured out, or I don't have the confidence to kind of just like execute right away. So for now, to keep things a little stress-free, I'm gonna just focus on domestic shipping to the United States. But what I will probably do, if there's time between now and the opening, or there doesn't even have to be time, I could literally just do this anytime. I keep thinking that I have to have everything done all at once. But what I will probably end up doing is just creating some kind of digital product that might, might resonate with people, whether it's just a little digital wallpaper, digital notes that you can print out, especially since I plan on selling some bits of stationery like notepads and sticky notes. Even though you don't have the physical product in your hand, maybe sharing those files with you digitally where you can print it could suffice. So I'm still kind of working out how that is going to go, but I just wanted to make that very clear. I'm just shipping domestically for now, but that could change. So I don't want to, say it's set in stone. Okay, so I feel like I've gotten everything out of the way. Where's my... Oh no, I lost my checklist. Here it is. Okay. All right. Introducing merchandise. So let's go ahead and I'm opening a business, so I should at least show off the products that I have. So let's go ahead and do that. about wraps up this video. I wanted to keep it as quick as possible. I feel like I have a tendency to kind of run very long. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to share. I just wanted to share my shop opening again, August 23rd, 2025. I'm still working out the kinks, such as creating a website, figuring out shipping costs, organizing my inventory, and there's still a few orders I'd like to make before opening. But yeah, it's finally starting and I am not freaking out on the inside, if you can't tell. But no, I think it'll be fine. I think I just, you know, I overwhelm myself. It's kind of like how that saying goes, like, oh, I just create problems for myself. That's essentially me. But I think I'm putting way too much serious effort. Like, you want to be serious, but this is supposed to be fun as well. I try to look at other artists, and that's one of the big major pieces of advice they give. You know, you don't have to take yourself so seriously, and I do tend to do that. So I'm trying to have fun with it, but of course, you know, keep it professional. I want to make sure that what I'm giving you all is, you know, quality, and that you all are happy with it. And also just thank you. Thank you so much for the just kind words, the compliments on my work, the fact that you all actually like it, like my style, like my little character. It really does mean a lot. And I get overwhelmed just because, like, it's so much. It's good, but it's a good overwhelmed. It's not a bad overwhelmed. But yeah, seriously, thank you everyone who is actually interested and tells me, like, I can't wait for your shop to open. So yeah, you all definitely are encouragement to have me just like keep going. So I appreciate that, and I hope that this video finds you well. Thank you for stopping in my corner of the internet, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye. Oh, and like and subscribe.